Alrighty, you guys, welcome on in. So this is just a kind of random video. It has been posted for quite a while over on my second channel. Link is in the description. But I figured I'll post it here since Ambi wants to just assume we have nothing else to talk about. I'm also going to post it here just because I feel like I've been sounding really crazy when she does her little perfume reviews and whatnot. Like, she's copying me. I just want y'all to see what I mean by that. But this is just kind of a genuine review that I filmed. There is a part two, and yeah, more art to come and all of that. So check it out if you would like. Thank you so much for tuning in, and yeah, this is just a different video for today. I figured, have like kind of a midday upload for y'all. So I know it's old. Oh my god, he's reposting content, but hey, why not, right? Anyways, hope y'all are having a good one, and let's dive right on into this.
Hi, Bubba. Wanna hop up and say hi? He's right here. I'm not sure if you guys can see him. Hi, baby. Well, help me introduce the video. Welcome on back, guys. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's having a good one. My big baby, hello. So, for today's video, we're going to do something a little bit different, but this is a review channel, right? So, we might as well. Now, do want to start off by saying that I have a bunch of these Zoologist sample cards. And yeah, they come with a little sample. But so this is like what it looks like. I know I need to redo them. Don't talk about it. This is what they look like, and they have all different kinds. So we're going to dive into the Zoologist brand, I guess. It's more so of like a full-on brand review, because I would say I have a little under half of their fragrances, and there's a lot here. So mind you, they have a ton. If you guys enjoy this video, we can look at the other ones as well. I'm totally down for that. But I did want to come on and show the other day, it was yesterday actually, I finally got, it came in the mail, finally came in the mail. She was pricey, but finally have another full bottle of Fame by Gaga, which is, y'all know, my all-time favorite scent. And I don't know why, I just think it goes perfectly with everything. But, so these are the sample sizes, like I said. I did also buy, after I initially tried these, the full size of the Squid. So we'll go into this first, get like the design concept for the packaging and everything, because they're basically all the same. Not all the bottles are the same, but they basically are. So slide this off, this little sleeve. Probably should have filmed myself opening this. The packaging is like immaculate, really nice. So this is Squid, the full size. As you can see, it's got this kind of trapezoid shape, I guess. I don't know what you would call that. But yeah, I mean, the cap, very nice, fits really well, leather. Also, I'm not going to spray it right now, but the atomizer on this is, oh my god, it's good. You're definitely getting your money's worth with this product. It is kind of on the expensive side for the large size bottle. The samples were about $6 a piece. A little more affordable. I would say you get probably about a week's time with them if you were to use them every single day. But yeah, so Squid, should we start with this one? I guess maybe we should. All right, so sample is there. This is the Squid sample card, and on the inside it has, on the left,
are the notes and everything, and then on the right, each one has a little like character blip, I guess. Just a little written statement kind of setting the tone for the fragrance, and each one is different, obviously. We're not going to go all into that just because, you know, why? Oh, and it also gives you the perfumer, their name. So this is more of like a collective thing. So the top notes, those are the notes that you're going to get initially when you spray it and on first smell, essentially. Pink pepper, solar salicylate, incense. I'm gonna be for real. I don't know what that solar one is. Hold on. Like, duh, I should have notes or my laptop for what some of these things specifically are. Okay, so solar salicylate is a chemical compound that gives fragrances a solar note or a scent that evokes the warmth of the sun. Okay, where's it come from though? Interesting. Okay, so 2-ethyl hexyl salicylate, also known as octasalate. I'm probably pronouncing this so wrong. This organic compound absorbs UVB rays from the sun. It has a slight floral odor and is used in cosmetics and sunscreens. Okay. So there's a bunch of these different salicylates, but essentially what it is kind of like a solar scent, including notes of citrus, fruit, and amber, salt, almond, peach, coconut, or tropical flowers. Okay, I could see that. Heart notes or middle notes. So these are the notes that once it's kind of settled a little bit on you, these are the ones that come through after those initial heavy top notes. Black ink accord, salty accord, opoponax. There's a lot of crazy stuff in these, you guys. So pardon me, I'm going to butcher them, but I'm going to look up what the ones I don't know are. Accord is just kind of like essence, I guess. I'm sure there's a better, more real way to describe that, but like black ink accord, it would just be like the fragrance essence of black ink and salt. Okay, let's look this up. Opoponax is a fragrant gum resin that comes from the bark of the Commiphora erythrea tree. It's also known as sweet myrrh. Okay. Balsamic, sweet and round, smoky, soft, and luminous, similar to frankincense, myrrh, and angelica. I definitely get a kind of frankincense vibe from this one. It's spicy. It has such a complexity to it, and we'll get into that, but base notes. So these are the notes that once it has sat on your skin, I would say this is like after probably 1 to 2 hour mark when it's been on you for a while. The base notes are ambergris. Now, there's no real good way to describe what ambergris is. I do know this one. It's basically whale vomit. I know, but it's in way more than you think. Although they use like an artificial most time nowadays. That explains why this is pricier. But ambergris is used to help with like really sweet scents like vanilla. And this, I know with the top and heart notes, it sounds like it might have kind of an abrasive nature. It is at first, but it really softens to a really warm vanilla-y flavor. Vanilla-y scent. And that's the ambergris. But ambergris, essentially, when whales eat stuff that they can't fully digest, like beaks of squids and stuff like that, bones of other animals, whatever, their stomach, in order to pass it safely, their stomach coats it in a waxy substance. And they throw it up, and it washes on shore, and it's worth so much money. So much money. So, the second base note is benzoin. I'm going to look that up. I've seen it before. Benzoin is a fragrant yellowish resin that comes from the bark of trees in the Hyrax genus. Okay, so there's a lot of resin in this. It's a lot of very earthy tones, but complex earthy tones. I would say when you're working with like resin, that's a complexity to get that fragrance. And then musk, which is just essentially musk. Kind of gives it that like grit. So I don't want to spray this all over because like it's a lot. But I want you guys to see the atomizer of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get this as best in the camera as I can and without spraying everything. Watch, you know, as it sprays. And I'm just going to spray the card. Come on. All right. So I like to just wave it around, give it a second to really settle in, burn off the alcohol. Right away, you get the pink pepper. That's the first thing that I really notice is the pink pepper. And so I could see why, like, initially a lot of people might not like this one because it's very spicy. But it kind of quickly, I would say, softens. And then that vanilla sweetness from the ambergris really comes forward. I would say that those heart notes, the base notes, really just kind of lay a groundwork for the rest. I would say that the notes I pick up the most initially is the pink pepper. But after that, it's pretty much just the ambergris. It's so sweet. Like, it's a little cologne-y. So I would say it leans more on the masculine side of the scents. But it's so soft and it's really got that gentle vanilla. I'm kind of geeking out about it because I really love this scent. Out of all of these, this is the one that I can wear every single day. So this is Squid. And I might get more big ones as we continue on. I will say there were a few others in this line that I did enjoy. I could see myself wearing often. A lot of them, though, I don't. So, you know. But that's another thing about Zoologists. They're a bit of I feel like there's a bit of mysticism around them. They are on the expensive side, so not everyone gets the chance to try them. But a lot of people would say that, like, a lot of these scents are gross, but not the way that people make it seem. It's not like inexcusable evil or even, like, the blood perfume oils that I love to use. I use the B negative perfume oil from it's like Bruja Cosmetics, something like that. Great product, love it. But that smells like, in the best way to describe it smells like a hospital. It smells sterile and it smells dirty at the same time. I mix that with a lot of other scents. That mixed with Gaga's Fame, so good. And there's a whole line. They have every blood type. So, I mean, check them out. They're expensive as well, but I recommend it. And yeah, even as it cools down a bit, it still has that musk, that maturity almost to it, but it's very sweet, but not in like a candy kind of way. I'm going to slide. And these are what the little samples look like. See, I was using it before the big bottle came in. I loved this one. Okay, so that's Squid. What should we do next, you guys? I think I'm just going to like, right? Fair game of chance. Ooh, this is another good one. Okay. Panda. Not one that I would maybe personally wear, but I love it. And of course, I sprayed all the cards before, so like, it's still got the smell on them. Oh, I should say. So the perfumer for Squid is Celine Barrel. And then the perfumer for Panda is Christian Cardinal. Okay. So, top notes of Panda are apple, magnolia, mandarin, lily, osmanthus, ozone, and tea. I love when ozone is in scents. I just love that concept of like catching the smell of air. Let's look up osmanthus. Osmanthus, though. Osmanthus has a floral, fruity scent with notes of apricot, peach, and leather. Is also known as sweet olive. Okay. It's a flower, so slightly jasmine kind of scent. All right, that makes sense then. Heart notes, amber. Earth notes, jasmine, orris, and patchouli. Base notes, civet, musk, sandalwood, and vanilla. Now, I believe civet is, yep, it's an animal.
So civet has a strong animalistic fecal odor when in its natural state. However, when diluted and blended with other ingredients, it can have a sweet, musky aroma. Listen, it's still definitely artsy, okay? So it's going to still be a little weird. So this says animal poop essence, essentially, is what they're telling me. Okay, so let's spray Panda. It's got this kind of like very slightly light green tint to it. It's very pretty. All right. Not that the atomizer on these samples really count, but I'll try to get it for you guys. See that? It works well. Okay, I lie. Maybe I would buy this one. Oh, it just reminds me of wealth. It smells so rich. Oh, and you definitely get, I would say, I know that a lot of the top notes seem like they might be fruity, but it's definitely way more florally. The heart notes, I would say, now listen, I know that I said there's patchouli in this. You kind of can't smell it. Ain't that a feat to have a perfume with patchouli in it and the patchouli doesn't completely overpower? So if you're not a fan of patchouli, this is still safe for you, which I think that's rare, but it definitely has a that muskiness, this kind of spiciness almost to it, but it's softer, it's underlying. It's definitely way more floral and fruity, but it's so good. And like, I would say don't worry about the like civet and stuff like that. It's not, I definitely get way more sandalwood than the other stuff. Yeah, I would say don't let the description and the notes of this deter you. It smells really good. Really good. And if I could like compare it to something, I would say it's probably like a solid mix, like a mix, an in-between of a Armani male cologne and like a Juicy Couture. If that makes any sense at all. That's what I'm picking up from it. Oh, also with Squid, I wanted to say I initially got this one first because it reminds me of a Dior fragrance that I bought. Sorry to sound bougie. The first time that I went to Switzerland, went to a little perfumery with my mom and found a little bottle of Christian Dior. I can't even remember what the specific fragrance was. Maybe it was like Fahrenheit something. I don't know. Discontinued now. Smells very similar to that. Very similar. The top notes are different, but the base notes, I would say, are pretty close. Okay. Let's just go through. Randomly pick. Ooh. Okay, I feel like this is one that people are maybe going to be the most interested about. Tyrannosaurus Rex. And is it a cute little image, like a little Sherlock Holmes T-Rex? Okay, so the perfumer of this one is Antonio Gardani. And we'll take it out. It's like this reddish brown color. Hello, baby. So, top notes. Bergamot, black pepper, fir, like the tree, laurel leaf, neroli, nutmeg. Okay. Heart notes. Champaca, geranium, jasmine, osmanthus again, rose, ylang ylang. Now, I'm not a fan of rose scents. But what's champaca? Related to the magnolia and deemed sacred in the Indus Valley, champaca flower absolutely is a heavenly, creamy floral scent, both elegant and intimate, blended with neroli and bamboo and underscored with fragrant rice and green tea notes. This is a distinguished perfume of rare beauty. Okay. I will give a forewarning. This one is not for me, but it might be for someone. I would, like I said, these are all wearable to someone out there, in my opinion. So, let's see. Oh, I got my hand. All right. I'm not a huge fan of this one. So right off the bat, the pepper hits you over the head. And I would say the bergamot as well. Very strong. This, if you do not like patchouli smells, it's not patchouli, but it's very freaking close. I would say bergamot and patchouli very much in the same family of like that kind of smell, you know? So if you don't like that, you probably won't like this. It's also very spicy, like I said, with the pepper. It does have those floral notes, but I would say those are kind of hidden. The base notes really come forward for me. Oh shit, I didn't even say the base notes. Sorry. Resins, cade or sade, cedar, civet, frankincense, leather, patchouli, sandalwood, vanilla. A lot of those like frankincense, leather, sandalwood, and the patchouli really come forward for me. So yeah, if patchouli smells in general are not your thing, I know I said the Panda one, you can't really sense it in there. You can't. This one, it's very strong. So not necessarily my cup of tea, but I do think this is wearable to someone out there. And I would say it almost cools down to like almost a licorice kind of scent, which I know that'll turn a lot of people away, but it smells licoricey. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so there's Tyrannosaurus Rex. Let's do another one. Okay. Now let me tell you a little story about this one. I accidentally sprayed it onto this chair and it smelled for like 2 weeks in here, dude. This one, very long lasting. All of these are extremely long lasting. Like this one, you will still smell on you 12 hours later. So I know it's expensive. I think extremely worth the money, especially when you get that long of a wear out of it, you know? I mean, there's not many perfumes that can hold up to that kind of wear. And even the light ones, they will be light and they will have changed according to your skin's chemistry, but you'll smell them. You will smell them. I sprayed my freaking drug rug parka thing weeks ago. I haven't sprayed it since. It still smells like it. Okay, so this is Rhinoceros, another very strong scent, but I would say this one is similar to like a Paco Rabanne. It mellows down and it really settles into something that's a lot more complex and a lot more comforting, I would say. So the perfumer is Prin Lumros. Okay, word diva. The top notes, pink pepper, whiskey, coffee, rum. Heart notes, leather, incense, tobacco absolute, fluve, ylang ylang. Now ylang ylang I believe is like a flower. I believe it's used in a lot of Lush products, so that's how I know of it. Sweet vernal grass. Okay. It almost looks kind of hayish, so like a drier grass kind of scent. I could definitely see that in this. Base notes, louse oud. Oud is like a bark or wood, correct? I might be wrong on that, but from Laos, I'm guessing. Patchouli, nargamotha, oak moss, and amber. Hold on. What the hell? Nargamotha, also known as cypriol, has a rich, woody, earthy scent with smoky undertones. That kind of makes sense with all the other notes that are listed. It's often described as intense, resinous, and complex. Maybe that's what I pick up then. Okay, we're going to do this one right now. Let's go. I'm just doing this as like a little bit of a space filler. I don't know. Talking about movies and shows all the time, it's tiring. Why does it have to cool down to such a beautiful scent? Because initially I hate it. Oh, you definitely get that pepper. It's a very masculine scent, and that's probably why I don't like it. It's very strong. I would say this one also kind of has that like licoricey ting to it. I know it's not in there, but it's still very, very earthy. I would say that's what all of these have in common, is a earth aspect to them. And also I would say the tobacco definitely comes forward, and I'm not a huge fan. But someone might be out there for this, you know? You never know. It does really cool down to a really nice, not subtle, it's still very strong, but it cools down. So, maybe. Okay. Coming back in on the T-Rex after it's sat for a minute, you definitely get the more floral notes in there. It almost changes. Like, not, well, duh, but like, I would say it almost changes its gender. I know that's crazy to say, but like, it's very masculine in the beginning, and once it chills out, it's very almost feminine. Still strong, not delicate, but it's feminine. All right, we did Rhino. Not the biggest fan. And now I'm getting the grass. Ooh. If you like smelling like a barn, maybe this one's for you. Those sweeter notes aren't really coming out for me this time. I smell grass, like dry grass, almost hay. That's what it smells like. So if that's for you, alrighty, let's do another one. I'm going to do them all in this video, all the ones that I got. Fuck, I spilled all my packs. But let me know if you guys enjoyed this, and I'll get the other ones. I don't mind. Love trying out these newer perfumes. I wish I could get my hands on an Excusable Evil. I really do. I would try that one for you guys. Ooh, Beaver. I love this one. Maple Edition. And this is a limited one, like a limited edition kind of. Okay, I'm not picking up too much of the sense of it right now from like when I first sprayed it, so we'll give it a go. The perfumer is Pascal Garin, Blue Water Lily, Neroli, Carrot, Maple Accord, Vetiver Oil, Haiti. What? Maybe it's that's just where it's from. Peru Balsam has a sweet vanilla-like scent with notes of cinnamon, spice, and smoke. Okay, that's nice. I like that. Cedarwood Atlas, Cedarwood Virginia. Okay, so just different types of wood. Vanilla bean extract, CO2. Cocoa shell from Madagascar. Castoreum reconstitution. I'm going to have to look that one up too. Castoreum. Castoreum smells like a combination of leather, animalic musk, and a slightly smoky note. Often described as a wild or primitive scent. Okay. Oh! It's a secretion from a beaver's anal gland used to mark territory, and when used in perfumes, it adds a deep, rich, and complex animalic quality to the fragrance. So this got beaver butt. Okay. Good to know. Sandalwood from New Caledonia and patchouli. I would say the patchouli doesn't necessarily come out super strong in this one, but it has a kind of smokiness to it. It's from all that wood. Right. I love this one. I wouldn't wear it, I'll be honest, but I do really enjoy it for what it is. Very sweet. Maple right out the gate. Really maple. Almost like a caramelized maple, it seems. It's so good. I would say this one might be a hard one to rock, like to really wear, but I think people could. You definitely could. It has that kind of cologne vibe to it, but it's still soft and delicate, and it's really sweet. Yeah, I would say this one is definitely a wearable one. They all are. I just wouldn't be able to wear them all. This one, I would say it also almost has that same kind of luxe scent to it that like Panda has. Like it smells expensive, but this one's very complex. I do think it's interesting, and I don't know as though I've ever really went out of my way and smelled Castoreum before. It's interesting. Alrighty. So with that, let's move on. Ooh, cow. I love this one as well. Look at her in her little maiden outfit. Love it. Cow is a really good one. This is one that I would definitely buy a larger bottle of. Not too much on there left over. A little bit, but not much. The perfumer of this one is Natalie Feistauer. The top notes are sage and apple. Very simple. Heart notes, milk, lily of the valley, heliotrope, violet, and jasmine. I'm going to look up what heliotrope is. Heliotrope has a sweet floral and slightly nutty aroma. It's often described as having a creamy vanilla scent with a hint of almond. Okay. Base notes, cedarwood, vetiver, orozoin, musks, and amber. Okay, I'm going to have to look up those ones too. In great demand by perfumers as a base note in many fragrances, vetiver scent has a distinctive complex aroma, sweet and deep with a leathery, earthy, smoky undertone and a lemony green top note. Okay, it's grass. Grass, essentially. Benzoin smell. Benzoin has a sweet vanilla scent with warm, woody, and honeyed notes. It can also have floral notes similar to carnations. Okay. And it's a resin. Okay. So let's give this one a smell. Checking back in on Beaver, it hasn't changed much. That one is very kind of, I don't want to say flat. I don't mean that in a bad way, but it settles and it stays. Break this bitch around. I love it. Oh, it smells so clean, you guys. Like, if you could put the essence of a bubble bath into a scent, this would be it. It almost smells like the Mr. Bubbles as well. Crazy. It's so sweet. It's so good. Oh, I find that I'm actually like very attracted to light smells. And that used to not be the case, but oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so it settles down pretty quickly. And I would say the apple note kind of deepens and becomes a lot sweeter. But then like that lily of the valley really comes through. Oh, it's such a sweet, creamy floral. Like, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of floral or floral scents. It has to be very specific. But this is so beautiful. It smells so clean. And that I wouldn't necessarily associate that with cows, but it's a very light one. I would not say it smells like Marc Jacobs Daisy Dream or anything like that, but it's along those lines. It's also very, very light. So I would say it's this and that's it. Or else it's going to get covered up very easily by another scent. And it definitely cools down a lot to the kind of like warm, but also musky kind of base notes. I would say it's so good though. It's so good. I'd be interested to know what the lifespan of this one is, like the longevity of its wear, because it's so light. Maybe I'll test that out one day. Before I go and spend the money for a full size of it. That's for sure. Alrighty, guys. We still have a handful of them here, so don't worry. Okay. Just gonna grab this one. Northern Cardinal! How cute! They also send samples with stuff that you buy. So even if you buy a few sample sizes, they'll give you more, which is really nice. Okay, so the perfumer for Northern Cardinal is Rosendo Mathieu. So the top notes in this one is lemon, bergamot, mandarin, pine forest accord. The heart notes are rose, clary sage, and leather. And the base notes is vanilla, oak moss, musk, and patchouli. So I'm definitely still getting remnants of it, but it's very, very subtle. I would say it's that patchouli. And it tells you, like, it has all this information that I'm reading on the website. So it's not like you have to just take a shot in the dark. If you know what, like, kind of scents and whatnot you like, you can read through and find one. Okay. This one's very clean. Very clean. Almost has a shaving cream kind of vibe to it. So if that's your vibe, then yeah, very shaving cream-esque. Don't mean that in a bad way. Very cologne-y. I know that's not a word, but we're going to pretend it is. You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's definitely got that bite of a cologne to it. Or maybe, actually, it's reminding me almost more of like an aftershave. Okay. I don't hate it. Even though it's got that rose in it. I hate rose scents so much. But it's, I would say once again, it has that expensive smell to it. It also definitely cools down, I would say, to a more floral scent. I don't know, with Cardinal, I would kind of want to smell more of that pine. That doesn't come through for me, but definitely very floral. It's got that bite to it. But it's a, I would say, gentler ease into this brand, the Cardinal one. It's probably the most similar to like what's already out there. You know what I mean? Alrighty. Oh, Moth. Now this was one that I was really, really excited for, and I do enjoy it. I would contemplate getting another one, like a big bottle of this one. The perfumer is Tomu Inaba. And the top notes, also, it's so giving like Nosferatu, right? Top notes, black pepper, cinnamon, clove, cumin, lemon, nutmeg, saffron. So it's going to be very spicy. Heart notes, heliotrope, again, iris, jasmine, mimosa, muguet, and rose. Okay, we're going to have to look up the muguet. Muguet is a French word that means lily of the valley, and it has a floral and green scent with a slightly sweet note. Okay. And then base notes, ambergris, once again, the whale vomit. Honey, resins, goiac wood, okay, musk, nagarmotha, oud, patchouli, smoke, and vetiver. Oh, very peppery, very, and the incense too really comes through. It's strong, but it has a gentleness to it. Like, it's delicate, but it's not. It has a presence, but it allows itself to just kind of linger. Definitely very peppery. I would say the clove and the cumin are very much coming forward, but the underlying floral and just the sweetness from that really kind of holds it down from being a really heavy scent, or I would say lifts it up from being a really heavy scent. I would also say it has a slight baby powder-esque-ness to it, which I don't think is a bad thing. It smells very clean. Maybe I'm changing my mind on this one. I don't know if I could buy this one in full form. It's very peppery, very musky, but you can tell that there's that underlying sweetness in there. I would say it definitely embodies the essence of a moth. All right. On to the next. Oh my Jesus. We're almost done, you guys. Just a few more. Actually, more than a few. Okay, so we have Dragonfly. Cute, cute. The perfumer of this one, again, Celine Burrell. She was like the first one, I believe. Top notes, grapefruit, basil, angelica seed, ginger, and rice. Okay. Heart notes, aquatic florals, geranium, jasmine sambac, mimosa, orris absolute, rose, violet leaves. I'm going to look up the orris absolute. Something tells me it's probably a flower. Oh, it's a root? No, it's a flower. Orris is a rare, expensive perfume ingredient that has a complex scent that has been described as powdery, violet, and woody. Comes from the dried root of the bearded iris plant. Okay. Fancy. Let's check it out. Atomizer on that one flubbed up a bit. This is another one I really enjoy. Very Juicy Couture vibes. So if you maybe wanted a little bit of an elevated Juicy Couture, I would say that's this. It smells like sticking your face into like a fresh garden. But it's got that spice, that kick to it. I would say kind of like those fruitier scents don't necessarily come through as much. It's just, it smells so good. Again, very clean smelling. It has that kind of abrupt beginning that really catches you off guard, I would say, but delicately picks you up. But then it really turns into a much more complex smell with just the florals in there, but then add in with like rainwater, moss. Oh, that's the, hold on, we didn't say the base notes. Rainwater, moss, patchouli, tonka, vetiver, benzoin, and cashmere. We're going to have to look that one up. It smells so delicate, but so, like, demanding at the same time. I really enjoy this one. This one and Panda kind of have similar vibes for me, but they're very, very different. I don't want to say that and be like, they're the same. They're not. But they're so good. I highly recommend the Dragonfly. Hold on, what was the other note we were looking up? Cashmere. Cashmere is a synthetic musk with a woody, amber, and floral scent that's used in perfumes, colognes, and candles. Okay. It's known for its long-lasting sensual aroma. Okay, Google. I would definitely say it's got a
sensuality to it. All right. You know what? I'm just going to grab right out the gate. King Cobra. There's only like a small handful left. Okay, so this one is by Prin and top notes are petite grain, mandarin, fig leaf, camphor, pomelo, ganja accord. I don't know if it's that, but if it is, love it. Heart notes, black tea, cumin, leather, soil accord. Love that. Base notes, incense, amber, moss, patchouli, vetiver. I don't think this was one that I enjoyed. I still smell Dragonfly. Oh, it's so good. Hold on. I want to look up camphor. Did I already look that one up? I feel like I did. In the nose, camphor seems to create a cold sensation so that breathing feels easier. It's used in products such as Vicks Vapor Rub. Oh, wow. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay. I know I've smelled this one before, but I can't remember it for some reason. Oh, there it is. I remember that one. That one makes my airways freaking close up. God damn. Very strong, very masculine. Not a fan. It's got that licorice scent to it again. I don't know. Maybe that's just how my brain interprets these masculine scents, but it's got a licorice kind of note to it. No, I'm definitely smelling the cumin a lot. Not a fan of this one. I really am not. I'm just rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. It still smells clean, though. I'll say that. It smells clean. It's just so, like, bonk. Hits you so freaking hard. Maybe it's that camphor literally opening me up that hits me so hard. I would say it doesn't smell like Vicks, but it has that kind of, like, king to it. Oh, what an interesting creation that one is. I'm gonna just say that. Okay. Alright, so the next one, let's do, whoops, drop the sample. Let's do Bat. She's real cute, right? Okay. So this one is from Prin again. Top notes, fig, passion fruit, pink guava, soil accord. Heart notes, hay, incense, minerals, night blooming jasmine. Love that. Base notes, animalic notes, leather, mossy stones, teak wood, and vetiver. I love reading notes of fragrances. That's kind of like a niche thing, right? I don't know. I love reading the notes and just like getting the story, you know? The notes tell the story of the fragrance, of the idea that the perfumer is trying to portray. It's an art, you guys. I really think that. Very light. Very light. Like, don't wear this with any other scent. Don't even put lotion on that day. It's not going to work. It's so gentle. It's so delicate, and it has a floral essence to it, but it's not hit you over the head floral. I definitely say the sweetness comes through from like the passion fruit, the pink guava, and the fig, but then you're definitely kind of like grounded by the hay and incense and the minerals. It's like they're literally giving you have fig, passion fruit, pink guava, all things from the sky. You know what I mean? Like growing in a tree. And then the heart notes is like the earth that keeps you grounded down. And the base notes is really what more so gives me the actual vibe of the bat. I would say the other things are like its environment. It definitely has an animalic sense to it, but it's not strong. It's not like, you know, gross in any way. This reminds me of like a pheromone kind of fragrance. I really love it. It's very delicate, but I think it could definitely be pulled off. It's fruity, but it's not like, you know, fruity. Really like that one. Okay, we're going to do this one. B. I'm going to tell you right now, I do not like this one. I just don't. I think it's wearable. I think someone out there can do it. I hate the initial scent of the beeswax. You can smell the beeswax in this. And I don't like that. Someone might. I don't. Top notes, orange, ginger syrup,
Royal Jelly Accord, Heart Notes, Broom, which I believe is the actual wax, Heliotrope, Mimosa, Orange Flower, Base Notes, Benzoin, Labdanum, Musks, Sandalwood, Tonka, Vanilla. And the perfumer is Cristiano Canali. So we're going to look up Labdanium. Is a resin with warm, earthy, and sweet scent that's often described as amber, woody, or leathery. Okay, let's check it out, but I'm going to tell you I do not enjoy the waxy smell in this one. Ugh! It smells like bee spit. Oh, I'm sorry. Have you ever worked with like just straight up raw beeswax? That's what it smells like. It's definitely has a complexity to it, so that's not the only thing you smell, but that's just what hits me so damn hard in the beginning. It's definitely very sweet. It has a desserty kind of smell to it. I would say it doesn't come off as citrusy as the scents might make you think. It's so complex. It really is. Because now that it's sat and it's chilled out, I'm enjoying it more, but you can still smell that broom in there. I mean, it's so strong. It smells like a beehive. The waxiness definitely comes forward, and that's what kills it off for me. But some people might like that. That, I would say, is definitely more of an experimental kind of scent. All right, so let's do a limited edition one that they have. It's the Dodo, but it's the kind of like tropical version that they have. It's a little bit of different packaging. Okay, so the perfumer is Yves Cassar. Top notes, bergamot, petitgrain, pink pepper, and rosemary. Heart notes, cardamom, pineapple, clary sage, black currant, absolute. Base notes, basil, lavender, geranium, cumin, patchouli, oakwood, lavandin, oak moss, tonka, and musk. Did we look up what lavandin is? The floral is coming out a lot stronger on the bee now, I would say. Still not wearable, in my opinion. Lavandin has a strong, sweet, and herbal scent with notes of camphor. Okay, so another kind of one of those scents that opens you up. Wonderful. And this one, it's a different kind of paper, so I don't know if it'll necessarily hold on as well. And then after this, there's only 2 left. Ugh! Wowzers! That pepper and bergamot really freaking hits ya. And I would say the rosemary as well. It's not horrible, but it's way too abrasive for me, in my opinion. But now that it's like cooling down, you definitely get the more kind of, I would say, like the sage definitely comes forward, the basil and patchouli, all of those kind of like woody scents definitely come forward. The tonka and musk as well. Yeah, and I would say that like, I feel it in my nose. I would say that's probably the canter. You feel it, like, right in here. Yeah, it almost makes my eyes water a little bit. I can feel it, like... Alright, so let's do Hyrax next. Cute little guy. Top notes, Elemi. Gonna have to look that up. Pink pepper, saffron, Turkish rose. Heart notes, African stone, hyacinth, styrax, whiskey. Base notes, amber, benzoin, castoreum, civet, patchouli, sandalwood, tonka. So there is a lot of animal byproduct in this one. If that is a no-go for you, ambergris, honey, any of the scents that include animals, those would not be for you. Just a heads up. Ooh, that smells good once it's like cooled out. All right, let's check her out. Once again, almost has that kind of licorice smell to it. Yeah, I would say very licoricey, very kind of like grassy too, hay-like. The animalic notes really don't come forward though for me. Definitely not wearable for me. Someone might be able to pull this off, but that's a difficult one. It almost kind of has an essence of like Vlogari
in my opinion. It's definitely spicy. I think it's good. I would say like that kind of like musk, that civet smell really comes through, but later on. So I don't know. I would say that one's a very experimental one. And then last but not least, we have Chameleon. So let's check it out. Oh wait, did I say the perfumer for Hyrax is Sven Prtsikolite? Do apologize. And then the perfumer for Chameleon is Danielle Peschio. Okay. So, top notes. Bergamot, ylang, mango, pink pepper, violet. Heart notes, clove, coconut, frangipani, jasmine, saffron, sea salt. Base notes, musks, opopanax, patchouli, sandalwood, vanilla, vetiver. I'm going to look up frangipani has a rich, sophisticated, and creamy floral scent. Is often described as intoxicating, sweet, and sensual. And it's a flower. Oh, damn, I sprained my hand. Fuck. I enjoy this one, too. It's complex. You really get the sweet warmness of it. This smells like a vacation. But not in like the like sickly sweet fruity kind of way. Like it's soft. That flower really comes through, but in a very gentle way. It definitely has a jasmine kind of scent to it. So if maybe jasmine isn't your thing, this definitely wouldn't be for you. But I think it works so well. And I love jasmine. So it's definitely way more floral than I think people would probably expect, and especially from even just reading the ingredients. The coconut is there, but it's just that underlying sweetness. It's not like hit you over the head. None of these notes are really hit you over the head, except anything with pepper in it. To start off, that's going to be that first like strong note that you hit. But it really cools down, mellows out, and turns into a very nice floral scent. So, I'm sure this video is so freaking long, but thank you so much for tuning on in, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. If you want more of this, let me know. I will be more than happy to order some more, and we'll review them. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll find some new faves, because there was a bunch that I still hadn't tried yet. But yeah, like I said, I got the Squid full size. Was expensive. I don't necessarily want to say how much it was, but if you're an avid perfume wearer and collector, I would say one of these is worth it, just in my opinion. But yeah. And then of course with the Gaga, which still smells really good. It was still packed up in the box and everything, so there is a good, somewhat chance that it didn't go bad. I mean, it smells good. It smells good, so. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Like and subscribe, all that. And we'll catch you in the next one. Take care.